The sea guards its secrets jealously. To reclaim them requires a descent into absolute darkness.
In 1991, a submersible named Abyssal Eye prepared to dive nearly 4 kilometers.
Its mission: to find a plane lost for 24 years. A plane carrying a fortune. £20 million of force pressed against every square inch of their titanium sphere.
At 3,000 meters, they turfed on the lights. The world revealed was one of falling snow. Yet this desert was not empty. Life, adapted to the cold and the crush, persisted. Their search began. A grid pattern over a square kilometer of abyssal plain. Hours passed in near silence, broken only by the chirp of sensors seeking metal. They passed ghosts, centuries-old shipwrecks, testaments to the ocean's long memory.
It was the first piece of the puzzle. The lost aircraft from 1967.
They expanded the search, mapping a debris field scattered across the seabed.
Their mission was now reconnaissance. Document the site, mark the location, then return. 4 hours later, they surfaced. The data they carried was more valuable than oxygen. On deck, their report was simple. They had found the diamonds.
The decision was immediate. Commence recovery.
The weather window was narrow.
The ship locked itself over the coordinates. The real work now fell to machines and remote hands.
In the control room, operators guided the recovery basket on its 3-hour descent.
22nd and all services, shut speed right.
The wreck appeared under clinical light, a corpse picked clean by pressure and time.
There they were, 8 steel containers, each holding a king's ransom in raw diamonds.
The first task: cut the containers free without damaging them or losing grip.
The first container was secured. The 4-kilometer journey back to the surface began. On deck, the winches groaned, spooling in cable at a painstaking 10 meters per minute.
After nearly 4 hours, the first treasure broke the surface.
Hard right, secure that line now. Disconnect the sling, let's move it to the cradle.
1 container retrieved, 7 to go. The operation would test their endurance for 2 straight days.
The work continued through night and day. A cycle of descent, securing, and ascent.
Complications arose. Debris pinned one container. Corrosion made another precarious. Each problem.
After 51 hours, the final container was aboard. The treasure was reclaimed.
The ship turned for port. Below, the wreck was left to the eternal dark, its secret gone.
As sunset painted the sky, the first container was ready. The seals, miraculously, had held.
And there they were, diamonds, rough, unpolished, and breathtaking. The crew gathered, not for orders, but for witness, to see the fruit of their labor. In that moment, the monetary value was secondary. The treasure was the achievement itself.
They had challenged one of Earth's most hostile realms, and they had prevailed.
The ocean kept its eternal vigil, holding its remaining secrets close. But on the abyssal plain, a story had reached its end. The claim had been settled.
The diamonds were secured in the ship's strong room. Their journey home was almost complete.
At dawn, they reached port. A discreet, private terminal awaited them.
The transfer was conducted with military precision. The cargo never left guarded sight. For the crew, this was the moment of release. Their custodianship was over.
Way to Rachel. As you can see, the final tally stands at 197 kilograms. The official report was delivered 100.
Each stone held a history far older than the ocean that had briefly claimed it. The final valuation, $150 million. A successful recovery.
But for the men who went down, the true value couldn't be printed on a document.
It was in the memory of the darkness, the silence, and the shared focus of the team.
The sea forgets nothing. It absorbs planes, ships, and treasures into its sediment.
Yet, for a brief moment in 1991, a team reached into that forgetting and pulled something back.
The Prospector waited for its next charter. Its decks still held the ghost echo of urgent footsteps.
Why don't aliens eat clowns?
Because they taste funny.
The bonds forged weren't of friendship necessarily, but of absolute necessary trust.
Thanks.
In London, Lloyd's of London closed a ledger on a 24-year-old mystery, a loss made good. The diamonds themselves began new journeys. To cutters, to polishers, to jewelers. For the geologist, the layers of the abyssal plain were not so different from the soil in his garden.
The edge of the sea is a frontier we look upon every day. But its true vastness is vertical, not horizontal.
He showed the next generation the images, not of treasure, but of a challenge met with engineering and nerve.
Abyssal Y was retired, its design lessons incorporated into newer, deeper diving vehicles. Each mission taught something. Each failure, each success pushed the technology deeper.
The work continues. Other wrecks, other depths, other secrets to retrieve, or simply to witness.
The crushing pressure was gone, replaced by the gentle weight of a memory they alone shared.
The Diamond's odyssey spanned continents, decades, and the full vertical column of the ocean.
To a passerby, it is simply a beautiful stone, a symbol of love, or wealth, or celebration.
He kept no souvenir from the recovery. The memory was artifact enough.
The surface is where the ocean shows its rage. The abyss shows only indifference, which is more formidable. We look up at space as the final frontier. But the deep ocean remains the frontier on our own planet.
Given time, the sea claims everything. It is the great leveler, the ultimate archive.
But for a moment, there was a team, a ship, and a purpose. They went to the void and returned.
Their mission entered the folklore of oceanography, a case study in precision and risk.
For a child, it was a pirate story made real. Technology as the map to X.
The geologist found he could no longer look at the sea as just water. It was a dimension.
The raw data from their search grid was archived. Decades later, it was mined for new studies on seabed topography.
For the insurers, it was a remarkable recovery ratio, a testament to their own actuarial faith.
All right, apply steady pressure. Use your weight.
The skills of the deep translated to the surface. Calm, procedure, trust in your tools.
The public's imagination was captured by other, more famous wrecks. The 1991 recovery faded from mainstream memory.
But in specialized circles, maritime law, deep-sea salvage, it remained a key precedent.
Not all of the crew outlived the memory. The sea claims some slowly, long after they've left it.
For millennia, humans have taken from the surface of the sea. The 1991 mission was a brief, deep puncture.
The ethos of that mission, remote operation, system redundancy, tolerating extreme environments, propagated.
From the abyssal plain to the Martian plain, the same desire, to see, to retrieve, to understand.
The frontiers shifted. The deep sea beneath ice.
the hydrothermal vents, the Hadal trenches.
Some memories become like old film reels. You're not sure of every detail, but the feeling remains vivid. From space, the site of their struggle is just another patch of featureless blue, a pinpoint in the planetary ocean. Decades later, the disturbance of their recovery became a data point, a human-made event in the geological record.
It's called Vega. It's the brightest one.
He never lost his comfort with navigation, with knowing your place in a vast, dark expanse.
Those left behind understood the call. They had to. It was part of the man they loved.
Every day, thousands fly over that spot. Their journey measured in hours, their cabin pressurized for comfort.
They see a flat, blue plain, not the terrifying, beautiful depth beneath.
The mission exists now as digital ghosts. Data points in the cloud, tagged and searchable.
The great machines he commanded are gone. But the care for delicate things remained.
We push frontiers in all directions. Up, down. The instinct is the same, to see. For most, the deep sea will only ever be a dream, a dark, peaceful unknown at the edge of sleep. Life continued. Sediment settled. The scar of the impact and the recovery slowly healed. The ocean doesn't erase. It assimilates. It makes the foreign, over enough time, part of itself. The story was never about the diamonds. It was about these hands. The human will to reach, to grasp. The techniques forged in the abyss became training for the void. Both environments demand grace under absolute pressure.
The ocean is a continuous conveyor. It gives up pieces of all stories.
The mission became a simulator scenario, a test of procedure for a new generation of ocean engineers.
The port changed. The ships changed. The romance of manned seamanship faded into automated efficiency. The paper records were preserved. The handwriting of men under stress, logged in real time, became a historical document. Their sight was one pinprick in a planet-sized tapestry of loss and discovery.
The places remain. The stories attached to them, whispered by the wind and the water to those who know how to listen.
It was not front-page news. Not then. Its significance was niche, technical.
The frontier was pushed further. The questions remained the same.
It is all connected. The fire below, the water above, the life between. We are brief.
In the cosmic scale, their mission was less than a blink, a flicker of intent in the long night.
The abyss is always there, just outside the glass, waiting.
And so the story is cut and sequenced, framed for an audience that will watch from the safety of their rooms.
Some moments resist editing. They must sit in silence, demanding their own space.
We build worlds of light to keep the dark at bay. But the true dark, the deep dark, remains.
The craft continues. The knowledge of shaping metal to withstand the impossible is passed down.
The process that built the plane continues. Rivers carry the bones of mountains to the deep.
The 1991 layer is there. A faint line of disturbed silt.
We turn lenses outward, seeking other blues, other oceans on other worlds.
The participants return to elements: carbon, calcium, water, the same stuff as diamonds and sea cucumbers and steel.
The wonder of the deep can be found in a handful of seawater, in a rock pool at low tide.
The tools are discarded, the ships are scrapped, the documents are archived, the memory persists.